ArmorMart EVO-News 2024. Again, I'm here with Steven, who came all the way over from Houston, Texas, to show us the newest inventions from Primary Arms.
Yeah, well,
we're
happy to be here. It's great to be here. Thanks for stopping by the booth. And yeah, we've got some of our new releases. We announced them at SHOT Show, and that was the first kind of global exclusive that everybody saw. We have new stuff in all of our lines. So the way we break our line down, we have our SLX line, which kind of our entry level. So a lot of very high quality products, but very affordable, approachable price points. And we have our GLX, which is you're starting to get into more of our patented technologies and a few more of the ACSS reticles that we offer, as well as some unique products with extremely good glass, but it's still in that kind of sub $1,000 attainable price range.
Yeah.
And then we have our PLX, which is our premium line. It's all our flagship glass, like our PLX compact 1:8s that we came out with a couple of years ago. We actually released a new version of that this last year as well.
And those two fall into which category?
So we've got our new GLX 1X microprism and then our new PLX 1:8 second focal plane with our Nova reticle. So we're really known for our microprisms. We've had the SLX series for a number of years. We've had in a 1X, a 3X, and last year we released a 5X. And we had a lot of customers that were asking for kind of that next step up, new features, new technology.
Yeah.
So we came out with a GLX this year, which has got a few design changes on the outside, but the big changes are in the internals and the optics. So we got rid of the big rheostat that we used to have when we went over to a push button control. So it actually, even though the body's bigger, the overall footprint is quite a bit smaller than the older SLX. We moved the battery compartment to the top again to shave weight and size off the outside. And the big thing about this is with the new optic system in there, it is an unlimited eye relief. So it doesn't matter what you're mounting it on, how far away it is. You can actually go out in full like pistol length. You can still see through it with no scope shadow. We were setting it up on the booth in Las Vegas and having people actually walk across the aisle, and you can still see through it and still engage with the reticle. So
crazy.
Really incredible optic. These should be available, I think we're looking sometime around June of this year. So
also in Europe.
Start to see them show up. Yep, also in Europe. So that's when we'll start shipping worldwide. And then, you know, the showstopper we had at Vegas says every time we release a new PLX, it's always the most exciting product that everybody wants to see. So we had the lightest LPVO on the market before with our PLX 1:8 compact. It was a first focal plane scope. We still have that. We still have it in the 3 reticles that we did before. We're still doing the same 2 colors. So we do it in black and FDE. But this year we released it with our Nova fiber wire reticle.
Okay, and it's a second focal plane.
It is. It's a second focal plane scope. We released that Nova last year in our SLX line. So what makes the Nova a little bit different than the other reticles that we've got is it actually uses fiber optics to illuminate a center point in the reticle. So when people say they want a red dot bright illumination, this is truly red dot bright. Like with this cranked up to, it's on 9 now. We can actually look out these windows here into the backlit clouds from the sun, and you can still see that reticle.
Crazy.
So you can actually run that at 1X, you can run it like a red dot. And then if you need the additional range, it's a mil-based reticle. So you can crank it up to 8, and then you have marks. The big marks are every mil, the small marks are every half mil. If you don't need 8X, you can drop it to 4, and then you have a mark every mil all the way down.
So that's one of the premium line products.
It is. It's the best glass we make. The bezel on it almost disappears, so we actually designed the eyepiece. So it's got a very, very large field of view. Very, very large forgiving eye box. And then when you're looking through it, especially 1X with both eyes open, the scope just kind of melts away and you get this sort of heads-up display with your target.
Incredible. Also the glass is super bright.
Yeah, it's all premium, extra low dispersion glass. We build these in Japan. Nothing but the best as far as materials and technology in that scope.
And for all the options, you have your own mounting option as well?
Yep, we do. So that's our PLX mount. We do it in 2 different heights. So that's the 1.5 inch height, or kind of the standard cantilever height. But we also in a 2.04 inch height. So we call it the tall boy internally. And it just sits the scope a little bit higher for the dudes who like that little bit more heads up display.
Trend is going there, right?
Yeah, it's a huge trend in the US right now. Everybody's kind of shooting more upright and squared off. It's a super comfortable way to shoot. It's also very fast, so we made mounts for that. We also do accessories for these mounts. So we do what we call a rock mount, which is a 1 o'clock offset for a reflex sight. So you can cant the gun for a reflex backup. Or we also do a 12 o'clock mount for the guys that want to run like passive IR or they just want to run their reflexes up top so they can just come up over the top of the scope to shoot close.
Very interesting. I think you also have a mount, which is also like for the red dot, which is high up, that you can use the iron sights as a co-witness beneath it.
We do. So that's what's in the case here.
Ah, yeah.
We've got, This is our 226 mount. So it's a little over 2¼ inches center optic height. And it's actually tall enough where if you're running backup irons or you're running fixed irons or something like that, you can still co-witness through the mount itself. So you're not co-witnessing through the optic anymore. You're actually co-witnessing through the mount. You can still run your irons. That way, if you have debris on your optic, it's not just an optics failure, it's like a blockage. So mud, anything like that gets stuck to your lens, you can still use your irons through it. And because there is no lens, there's no material there, there's nothing for anything to stick to. So you won't have the same obstructions below as you do above. Yep, that'll be available, and we're looking right around the same time frame for those. And it's a T1, T2 footprint, so it's compatible with our dots as well as the majority of the dots that are out there on the market.
Okay. What are the, like, price-wise, what are the ranges we're talking about here?
Price-wise, here in Europe, we're going to look around €2,000 for the PLX 1-8. You're going to be right around the, like, 450, €500 for the GLX 1X Micro Prism. You're probably looking right around €100 for the mount.
Okay. Pretty good options, yeah.
Oh, yeah. We've still got the whole original lineup. Like I said, we've still got all the SLXs with our LPBOs, GLXs with LPBOs and magnified optics, the higher mag stuff. And then, of course, our PLX line with all our premium glass.
Okay.
So yeah, another new product we've got for 2024, which we announced at SHOT Show, was our new series of MD21 dots. So this is more of a traditional dot. It's not a prism like the GLX 1X. We do 4 of them actually. So there's 2 SLXs, which don't have the solar panels on them, and then we have 2 GLXs. The only difference between the 2 are the reticle. So we have either a 2 MOA dot or our user selectable ACSS CQB. We've got the GLX here, so the solar panel that's on top is a little different than most of the other ones that are out there. It actually runs the dot the majority of the time. The battery's just there as a backup. So in a hall like this is plenty of light to run that solar panel. If we were to go inside at night where it's truly dark, the solar panel just switches control over to the battery will run the dot, and then it switches back as soon as it produces enough power. Again, you don't even know what's happening. So a lot of really cool features in there. The SLX, same push button controls in that one, same user selectable reticle with the ACSS variant. Same footprint, so it's a T1, T2 style footprint. You can mount it on whatever mounts you want, including our new 226 mount.
And they're all compatible with your magnifiers as well?
And they're all compatible with our 3X and our 6X magnifiers as well. They've also all got our auto-light technology, so as soon as the gun sits still for 3 minutes, it shuts itself off. Okay. And then when you touch the gun, pick the gun back up, as soon as the gun moves, it turns itself back on. So you can actually leave your optics on all the time. You never have to turn them off, and they just take care of themselves.
Great.
Yeah.
Should we talk about the misunderstanding many people have because of the lens? So maybe we'll mention it once, and then you don't have to explain it 500 times.
So a lot of times we'll get customer service calls where people will see that the front lens is canted in the housing and they think it's broken. And it's not. It's designed to be like that. You look at any of the red dots from any of the manufacturers, that front lens is canted in the direction of the emitter itself. And so when the emitter that's coming out of the wall hits the lens, it bounces straight back through the back. Because if that lens was flat, it would bounce out of wherever it's located in the wall of the optic and into the wall on the opposite side. So we've got to cant them in there to make it work.
It's pretty basic geometry, right?
Yeah, yep, exactly.
But you have to know it. So it came to my attention the first time. I was like, something wrong here?
We have hundreds of people call us up like, hey, my dot's broken. I want you to give me a new one. Like, it's not broken. It's supposed to be. Have you turned it on and looked through it? Well, no, it's broken. Turn it on. And they, oh, I guess it's fine. Yep. It's supposed to be like that, we promise.
Okay, now maybe we made a small part to avoid customer calls in the future.
Yeah, it'll just head them off right in the get-go. Yeah. I think I might start putting a card in the box that says it's supposed to look like that.
That would be a good one, yeah. Okay, Steven.
All right.
Thank you very much for your time.
Yep, appreciate you.
And all these stats, all further information, check out amamat.com. And we continue for EVA News 2024.